What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
Presented by Scott Credit Union. Yours.
BlueNote Hockey Fan Report. And I screwed something up on TikTok. I tried to go live on TikTok. I tried to set up a live event, and somehow I can't get connected to it. I'm not sure what I did. I have no clue what I did here. I tried to connect. I thought I would do it that way and get it set up, but it is not letting me go live through the studio. I don't know what I did wrong, Justin.
No, dude. What did you do wrong?
Hey, man, I was on with one of your buddies. I did a live on TikTok with one of your buddies. Fan Sent 72.
Nice.
I just jumped on, and I guess he really, I figured he knew you, but apparently he knows me. He says he watches our content and he absolutely loves it. We are watching Monday Night Hockey on Prime, so it's a national broadcast. The Senators and the Canucks in Vancouver. Nice to see this. Me and Justin decided to come on and do a quick live and talk to people and see what's going on. The Blues made an important thing today. I'm still trying to figure this out. Maybe I can. If I can, great. If not, sorry, I guess we're not. I don't know if we're live on TikTok or not. I honestly don't know.
I can tell you in a minute.
Yeah, can you check and see if we're live on TikTok?
I would assume if it tells you, if it says you, I don't know if it says you're live or not, but I guess
I set up a live event, and I think that's what's messing things up. I'm going to delete the live event. I'm just going to delete the live event because there we go. I got to figure out how to do that. Now let me try this. Let's see if it'll let me go live now this way. Show at least one camera source before you can go live. I did that before. Hold on. I got to bring the camera in. There we go. Apply, and then I got to hide it. There we go. That might work. Let's see if this works. No. I did it before. I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm screwing them up left, right, and doohickey. Oh, I know how. There we go. See if that'll work. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this will work. Haha, I got it. We're going to be live on TikTok. We are live on TikTok. Right? We should be live on TikTok. I don't know. I got to figure out about the events, how they work, and how to get them connected to the TikTok live studio. We're just going to try and have some fun, man. Hopefully we can have some fun and I can figure things out and we can enjoy this and enjoy the game. What's on your mind today, Justin, as we're going along? And I think I'm frozen. I am. I got to unfreeze me.
Not much. I just this should be fun. Something a little different. Talk some Blues hockey while we kind of watch two different teams play here.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm back. I'm the freaky. Yeah, well, we're just gonna enjoy this. We may not do the whole game. We'll see how things are. See if we get people watching us in that, and see if we pick up some fun on TikTok. And I see Justin's watching on TikTok. Hi, Justin Scott. Thank you for watching on TikTok.
I don't think the sound's working.
Oh, it's not. There we go. Now it is. Hi, Justin Scott. How are you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, I had it muted because the TV was coming through, and I was trying to get that fixed and figure that out and work on that and all that other fun stuff. I got to figure out. I want to figure out how to do the live event and then get the live event connected to the studio. I'm sure there's a way to do it. We'll figure it out as we go along. So I just did my first TikTok collaboration. I haven't done one in a really, really long time. So the first time I've done one on the BlueNote Fan Report app, and that was actually really fun, man. I don't know the name of the guy. I feel bad. I didn't ask
Dave. His name is Dave, and he's an Islanders fan, and I think he's a perfect guy that I might ask to have on the show because we will be playing the Islanders.
Yeah, no, you know what? And I'm going to reach out to him. I'll send him a message and see if he wants to join us tomorrow night while we're doing our show. I don't know how he does it, but if he wants to join.
I can reach out to him. We have kind of a little we have like a chat going with Maddie and all that. So I'll reach out to him and see if he would want to come on. I don't think he'll be like on the game full time, but I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I know he does a lot of great coverage for the Islanders. With the trade that happened for the Islanders and the Blues, it would be interesting to hear an Islanders thoughts. I actually know his thoughts on the trade. I don't know if he, talked about his thoughts on that trade or whatnot.
Yeah, we talked about it. I said it was about as close as you could get to a win-win, right?
Yeah.
And he brought up, what did they really lose? They lost $2 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're paying $2 million more. They lost a prospect that's in Sweden, a goalie prospect in Sweden that they don't think is going to be up with them. They also lost two picks, but they weren't their picks. They were extra picks that they picked up in trades. So in all actuality, what did they lose? In my mind, the only issue I had with the trade was the first round pick. I wanted the Islanders' first round pick because it's in our wheelhouse, right? And I've talked about that a lot, about how that's in our wheelhouse. Hey, before we go on, I want to bring something up. Something got brought to my attention, and this was on both of us, not just one of us. Yesterday on the show, we did a few things that riled a few people, and not just one. I got this from multiple people. We made it seem like our opinions were more important than others, and that we made fun of other people's opinions. First of all, I want to apologize for that. Everyone's opinion on this show is important. And some of the people that I make fun of are like, if I make fun of Jason Nichols is a friend. That is what that is. And Jason doesn't take it anything other than friendly needling, right? But for either one of us to say that somebody else's opinion that our opinion is more important than somebody else's is wrong. We shouldn't have done that. And I do apologize to anybody that was upset or felt hurt by that. Right? That's my opinion. And I'm not going to force Justin to say anything about this. He doesn't have to. I'm just putting it out there for me. Okay? So I know I did not bring this up to you ahead of time. I really didn't have a chance. And I thought doing it the way I did it might be the best way. I hope you're not upset with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care that you brought it up. I mean, it is what it is. I apologize to whoever would have taken that in the wrong context. I talked about this a little bit. The reason that
You froze there, bud. Give him a second
Okay.
to come back. You froze. You're back.
So, yeah. So the reason I said what I said yesterday, and this wasn't directed at anyone in the chat, because this person was not watching the show. I'm pretty sure of it. This was directed at one person and one person alone, because they decided that they were losing an argument, so they wanted to go for personal attacks and talk about me being a neckbeard and me being a loser and me being this, me being that. I'm not apologizing to that person, but I am apologizing to the fans that may have thought that I was directing that at someone specific. So my opinion isn't above anybody else's, but to the one person who decided that it was okay for personal attacks on me for no reason because they were losing an argument isn't okay with me. So,
Justin, I absolutely agree with you. And this was more than one person, okay? And I told the different people that came to me with it that I think that you're taking something out of context. Because I didn't have an issue with it when you said it. And I went back and watched it, and I still don't have an issue with you when you say it. But I understand how people could be upset by it. And I get that. And that's what I'm coming out. So this is not directed at you, not directed at anybody in particular. But yes, we should never feel like our opinions are better than anybody else's. And I do feel that what we were doing, both you and me, were taken out of context. Right? If that's a fair assessment. We got FanSense72 joining us on TikTok. Hey, FanSense72, thank you for joining us. I told them how I do it.
Doing?
Really cool workaround.
How you doing, Dave? I was gonna reach out to you. You're glad that you're watching. Hopefully, you're still watching. But I was gonna reach out to you and see if you possibly wanted to get on the show for the matchup for the Blues that are playing the Islanders here coming up. So. Obviously we do the watch along the whole game. You don't have to do that. You can join for intermissions. You can join for the pregame. Just to kind of give outsiders perspective on the Islanders and how you've been feeling this season. So, I want to leave that and post that up to you, Dave. I can talk to you a little bit more about it personally.
He gave a thumbs up. I'm looking at the chat. Okay. He gave a sure.
Okay.
So yeah, but I will figure out a way. I need you. Let's, Justin, get him connected to me on Facebook if he's on Facebook. So that's the easiest way to send the link.
Yeah, I can. I can try, Dave. I'll try to reach out to you and get you connected through, like I said, Facebook, like I was saying, and like that way we can get the link to you quicker and more efficient.
Ryan, Okay, so here we go. Ryan Green sent me a message earlier today, and he just asked if I talked about it. No, I hadn't. Ryan Green was at the game last night, and at the game they were doing I always love when they do the military nights, armed forces nights or whatever. Obviously, right? I think that's cool. Right? I think that's cool. You know how I'd like to see him put the puck in one time? So on a Navy ship, and hold on. I'm doing two. I'm going, boy, am I got ADHD running tonight or what?
Yeah, you're going two different directions. You might want to finish your first thought before you lose track of what you're.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to a neat way to do the puck on military night. So Ryan Green sent me a message. He said, and I'm going to read it. Last night I was at the game at Anaheim, and during the ceremonial puck drop for Women's Sports Night, I thought it was interesting because they said Blues captain Robert Thomas when they approached center ice. So they will, if they're doing the ceremonial puck drops and that, and you don't have a captain, whoever they send out at center ice, they're going to call the captain. So I don't read a lot into that, but I see at the moment, if you had to call a captain, Robert Thomas would be considered the guy that they would send out to center ice for ceremonial puck drops and things like that.
I mean, I mean, don't look too much into it, Ryan, because no one knows who the next captain of the St. Louis Blues is. There's been a lot of fan support for Jake Neighbors, so he's going to be in that discussion. You have Broberg in that conversation. I don't think Broberg gets it, but he's definitely in that conversation. You have also Parayko, who is finally going to be, I think, is the longest tenured Blue here. So I don't think Colton Parayko gets it either. So I think your main is going to be Thomas or Neighbors. But either way, it's not going to make fans happy, regardless of which way they lean. But
Justin, I got to jump in. Sorry. Blue Line Social and Joe Milstad, thank you for joining the chat. I didn't get it quick enough. Thank you for joining TikTok. So, Justin, because I'm on the TikTok chat, if someone pops in and I need to say hi to them, if I put my finger up, can you see that?
Okay, yeah.
That means I need to go. I need to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to address the TikTok at the same time. If we can hit that 1,000 people, there is a good chance that we can get it to where on TikTok Live it's going directly through StreamYard, and then we might be able to see some of the comments, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's the direction that I am working for. Does that make some sense, bud?
Yeah.
All right. This woman can sing. This girl can sing. Way to go. That was a good O Canada. I like O Canada. I actually like, I know some people don't like O Canada as an anthem. I do like O Canada. I really do. That's one of the anthems I like. So I'm trying to keep up with it. Hi, Amy. If you're watching still on TikTok, hi, Amy. Thank you. That might be Blue Line Social. I don't know. But hey, man, I'm having a good time tonight. We're going to just have some fun. Where are we at here? We got Otto. Is Ottawa in the playoffs? No, they're just out.
No, Ottawa's just out.
Yeah.
And Vancouver is well out of it.
Yeah, Vancouver's in left. We were talking, me and Dave were talking today. Dustin, thank you for joining, Dustin. He joined and left, but I'm trying to say him as I see him. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Like I said, you're not gonna, people who are interested in, in the hockey, they'll stay a little bit, but it's hard. TikTok, because you can easily flip up and go to the next live. So it's quick and easy, but we'll get it. It takes time, takes consistency.
Parayko is still hurt, Ryan. Parayko is still hurt. And we talked about this. I know you weren't here, you were at the game, but we talked about it heavily. I got all these people that are putting hate on Parayko, idiots. I'm sorry. And that's kind of goes against what I just said, saying that but they're wrong. I just think that, I don't know how to say this. Parayko did nothing wrong. And if you're hating on a guy for doing nothing wrong, I don't get it. Maybe that's the best way to say it, that I don't get hating on a guy for doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, Parayko did nothing wrong. Parayko, if you want to blame somebody, blame the media member that got this story and broke it way too early. That's the person I blame for that situation. And even then, like I said, I talked about this. If Colton Parayko if this doesn't get out and they still ask Colton Parayko, I still don't believe Colton Parayko goes to Buffalo.
Yeah, I think I don't either. I think that even if this doesn't get out, that he stays. He's not going anywhere. Right? The trade did look pretty good. The trade did look good. I will admit that. But you're losing you were getting a 6'6" defenseman, but he's 18. You don't know how good he's going to be. You know what Parayko is. Right? I have zero issue with. I have my issue is with the fans that are hating on Parayko and hating on Doug Armstrong for giving him the no trade clause. I'm sorry, the guy earned it.
Yeah, well, I talked about this, and I even said this, and you can be my witness to this. I said this. that people are acting like this no trade clause was delivered like 6 months ago. This no trade clause was delivered 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So this isn't new. This shouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't. It should absolutely not surprise anybody. And I gave us an extra viewer.
So we're underway here though in Vancouver. Just to kind of give a little bit of the game here. It should be a fun game. Obviously, one team out of it, one team trying to get back into it after a slow start. Ottawa was really struggling. They're picking it up a little bit. Their biggest acquisition was Fogle at the deadline.
And Ryan, I understand this. Ryan says fans are just sick of the lackluster 4 years. I get that, but I'm sorry. I think the lackluster 4 years are getting put on the wrong person. Right? Armstrong gets a lot of heat for all these guys leaving and these trades and all that stuff. And some of it is deservedly so, but I think a lot of heat doesn't go where it needs to go. A lot of these guys left because they were not happy with what was happening within the organization. And they were not happy with the direction of the organization. And that was one person, and it wasn't Armstrong. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
I hate to break it to all the lovers because let me say this, because the Colton Parayko haters right now are the Pietrangelo lovers, the people that want Pietrangelo back, that didn't want him to leave. Pietrangelo was just as much or even more at fault for what happened, him leaving St. Louis. But people wanted Colton Parayko back. I don't care what anyone says. I'll take Colton Parayko wanting to stay as a St. Louis Blue and show his love to the city and the fans, rather than Pietrangelo, who yes, was a great defenseman for this team, won us the cup, but left. He left this team. So I'll take Colton Parayko's loyalty any day.
That was is that Lincoln in the net? That was, I mean, he's playing.
I'm gonna assume you didn't listen to anything I just said.
It is Lincoln in the net, and he's made a couple of really good saves. And
I'm gonna assume you didn't listen to anything I just said.
Yeah, I did listen to what you just said. You're absolutely right. Parayko's love for the city is what kept him here. Ryan says the topic of trade clauses is a sour because teams are stuck with players that can't get the job done on a consistent basis in a season. You know, I disagree with that. To sit there and say that a player can't get the job done, the entire team has sucked this year. Parayko has not played bad the last 4 seasons, right? He's done his job. He's done what he's played. Last year he had his best season ever, points-wise.
Parayko is not paid. I'm sorry, Parayko is not paid to score goals either. Yeah. Parayko has never been a goal scorer from the point. I mean, he's a guy that you know what you're getting. You're getting a defensive lockdown defenseman. His reach is what makes him very, very valuable to any team in the league.
Hey, Lips. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Blue Line Social. Lips says blame whoever leaked it on the Blues in the Blues front office. It wasn't the Blues front office that leaked it. It was Buffalo.
Good save by Lincoln.
As simple as that. This should have been done quietly, and someone leaked it. That's how it got ugly. But it didn't get leaked from the Blues. It did not get leaked from the Blues. It got leaked from Buffalo. I'm almost 99% sure of that.
Oh, good try there. Well, Ottawa almost
I don't think Lips agrees with me on that one, but
Lips. Yeah, I mean it was a media. I said media member, so believe it was Buffalo, but the last I heard, Armstrong was looking into who that actually was that did it. But like I said, I still don't believe that if this got out early, I still don't believe Colton Parayko waives his trade clause to go to Buffalo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. Right.
But yeah, nice to have you guys join, by the way. Yeah.
Lip said it could have been one of the Twitter guys trying. It came from a high-end Twitter guy, but like the thought process is that he got that he got it, he did not get it from Blues front office. Like the Blues went and grabbed everybody's cell phones, went through their cell phones. Now they could have a burner, I admit that, but the chances is that it came from Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
And Ryan says the core can't do it. 4 years and only 2 months of solid hockey last year. I disagree with you, Ryan. I see what you're saying, but I disagree with you. I think that there's a lot of other things involved with that, and I don't think the core is our problem. Guys have earned the right to no trade clause. The problem is this: GMs give contracts that are too long for the age of the player. Any contract that puts a player over 35 is too long, in my opinion. And that's a good opinion, and I don't disagree with that completely. But Parayko's only 32, right? So at this point, him having the no trade at 32 would be okay. And a lot of guys, if they get later in their contract, those no trades go modified. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh no! I just was gonna say. I mean, I you know, it was kind of crazy. I don't know how much you actually looked at the comments from the Parayko video that the Blues released. You know, all his comments. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take it upon yourself to go look at some of those eventually, because they were definitely interesting. Like I said, there were a lot of negative comments.
Was this on Twitter or was this on Facebook?
This was on Facebook. I believe they probably released it on Twitter too, but I didn't read the Twitter comments. I read the Facebook comments, though, some of them.
Yeah.
And they were coming in like crazy, and there was a lot of negative comments, you know, talking about Colton Parayko ruining this franchise, and we should boo him on home ice, and Armstrong is to blame, and Armstrong is terrible, and this and that. And this is why I say Blues fans have amnesia. And casual Blues fans have amnesia, because one thing happens and it's the end of the world. But like people, like, do you forget that Armstrong has made great moves in this in this organization? Broberg, Holloway, you have Suter in there that's been fantastic this year. I think he's been good. I mean, you're talking about a team that can draft in the mid position in the draft and be okay because they draft well
and get diamonds. Yeah,
they find diamonds in the rough. So I find it so annoying that, like I said, Blues fans have amnesia, and I shouldn't say all Blues fans, casual Blues fans that claim to be true fans, but are not really true fans. They only show up when the Blues are good.
Yeah.
So there's been good moves that Armstrong's made, and the fact that you want to sit there and act like he hasn't made good moves is just crazy to me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think he's made good moves. I think he's been a great GM. I mean, not only look at Team Canada. The fact that he put Bennington on Team Canada whenever Bennington sucked, don't put him on Canada. Bennington did not cost Canada the gold medal. Right, and Bennington played extremely, extremely well in the Olympics. Right, I that's how I feel. That's how I feel, man. We're getting a couple of people. We have Lips and Fan Sense watching us. Dave and what was Lips' first name?
Matt.
That's it. Matty. That's right. Matt and Lips joining us. The wheels fell off the Calgary bus. Gave up 4 goals in the third period, lose 7-3. That's from Fan Sense. Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, you want to talk about a player? It's coming up. Kadri forced that trade to Colorado. That was the only place he wanted to go to.
I couldn't imagine why.
Ryan asked, "Would you be upset if the team went on another late season tearing it up with a top 10 to 15 pick, or be upset if they keep?" No, I wouldn't.
No.
Look, I want the team to win, and if they play, and let's put it. I want them to play with energy. I want them to play good. If they play good and lose, okay, that's fine, and that's what I want, right? And if we can get, if we can play good, and get that 10 to 15 pick, I'm okay with that. I mean, we got Dvorsky at number 10. We could have had Benson at number 10. There were some good guys at number 10. So,
Oh, what a save by Lankinen. Holy
Yeah.
moly, what a save. Brady Kachuk
you might
almost
be a little ahead of me.
This was very close.
Oh,
Brady
yeah,
Kachuk
yeah.
almost.
I just seen it. You're a little ahead of me. That was a hell of a save.
Yeah, no, I think for me it's gonna be interesting because that's a good question, Ryan, because will I be mad if the Blues somehow make a miraculous comeback again? Absolutely not, because I do think that this team is capable. It's going to be a struggle because if they somehow manage to pull off a miraculous comeback again and they play the Avalanche, it's probably not going to go good. But it at least you get experience for Dvorsky, you get experience for Snuggerud again. You keep giving that core experience in the playoffs. And honestly, anything can happen. When you have Jordan Binnington on your roster in the playoffs, although I've been very critical of Jordan Binnington this season, and rightly so, he is a beast in the playoffs. And Hofer, if he continues to play how he's playing in the regular season here, the Blues will have two good goalies going into the playoffs. So anything can happen.
Okay, Lips. So you got to understand, it's a little hard for me with the comments because I don't see TikTok comments on here, so I'm trying to watch both. Lips says, and yet Jury couldn't trade Torchek. This draft is top 3 guys, and it's deep after. I don't think it's that deep after that. There's a lot of talent in this draft. Ottawa doesn't have a first 2, so every pick in the first round is more valuable. Yeah, could be. Right? Could be. Chris Shockey says, can we move these 2-week breaks to November? We seem to play better after them. I honestly would like to see him be earlier in January. Like, I would like to see the All-Star game be played like mid-January, closer to the actual 40-game mark than where it is. And I'm working on something. I think that the NHL should. Yes, we're watching the game. I think the NHL should take the All-Star game and put it in a rotation. A four-year rotation that goes like this: Olympics, All-Star game tournament, and I'll explain that later. I'll explain that in a bit. World Cup or something similar to the Four Nations, and then the 4th year, that funky year, an under 25 All-Star game tournament. And the way I would do an All-Star game tournament is I would do it. It would be an All-Star. You take a week off, not just you take a week off, and you have a weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where Friday and Saturday you're playing a round robin tournament, 3-on-3 style round robin tournament with the divisions. And on Sunday, you either have a championship game or you have a play-in. You have a 1v4, 2v3, and a championship game, or you just have a championship game and then some type of skills contest, or you break a skills contest in between the tournament, and you expand your rosters a little bit. You take 3 goalies, but a goalie cannot play, like, you can only play 2 games. A goalie can only be on the ice for 2, so you've got to rotate your goalies throughout, right? Like, a goalie cannot play 3 games in a row. Play all 3 games. A goalie cannot play all 3 games. You would play 3 games in the tournament. Each goalie can only play 2 games. So you got to rotate them, right? And that, I think that would help. And that,
yeah.
He says, Ryan says at the end of the night, guy's eyes won't look straight anymore. He has one eye on each group chat. Well, I have this one in front of me and this one here. So this is kind of let's see if I can get this. So this is kind of where it's at. I mean, I'm pointing down, but that's kind of where it's at. Right. And I'm trying to keep up with the group chat, with the TikTok chat. Those guys don't stay on and watch it. They're like in and out. So it's a little bit harder. And I'm trying to stay with it. Make sure I see who's watching us and say hi and wave at them. And, we'll keep it going. I think Dave has probably shared it out to a bunch of his followers. And I'm sure Lips has shared it out to his followers, and we're going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to do it, get an event set up and use the event and go from there. Fan says I'm doing a good job. Thank you. I was really, Dave surprised me. Dave straight up, I said, "Oh, Dave, you were probably expecting." No, I know who you are. I love your show. And he also said that of a lot of the show, we are one of the more professional shows out there. So I appreciate that comment. He says we are not amateur media. I said I consider us semi-pro, and he says, "Oh no, you guys are right on the verge of pro." So I appreciated that, Dave.
Well, I appreciate that, Dave. I can, I enjoy having conversations with you, and I think I know me, you, Maddie, Blue Line, Amy, I know, and Doug from Ice Bag Hockey, who we've also had on the show. We had that live, and we had a great discussion on the deadline, on the winners and losers. I appreciate that, especially coming from a guy who's only been doing this for a couple months. So I don't know if that comment was directed at just Guy or myself or just the show in general, but I appreciate it, Dave.
Oh, yeah, it was directed at the show in general. It was directed at both of us. I will say that. I will absolutely say that. He straight up told, "Oh, I know who you are. I watch your show, and you guys do a great job." So it was really good. I really appreciated it, right? He said everyone. Right? And that makes you feel good when you do this, that someone's coming out and saying that, and he's great content, he says, and we appreciate that. I'm seeing some people joining. They're like coming in and popping out. If you join in on TikTok, leave a comment, say hi, let us know.
Yep.
Keep watching. We appreciate it. We got 335 hearts. I think most of them were yours.
Yeah, most of them were mine, but that's okay. That's okay. I got to jump start it somehow. But I mean, yeah. For me, I think it'll keep growing and growing. The consistency on TikTok is definitely for sure, our thing you got to definitely do on TikTok. I mean, look at someone like Lips. He's done such a good job on his lives. He usually tries to go live mostly every night, and obviously that's a little bit more challenging for me and you, just with the schedules that we run. But hopefully the consistencies of us doing this show, and if we can get the TikTok up every time that we try to do a show, here, I think it'll pay off dividends.
It's just the only problem with me bringing the TikTok up is that since it's not connected, it's really hard to watch both chats and the game and then run my soundboard, right? It just adds an element that, I got to see. I need return on investment from it. We got to see people watching the show. We got to see our followers jumping up. We got to see that. We got to see. We got to keep our energy up. We got to do all that. We haven't talked about, and yes, I know we're watching this game too. We're watching the Ottawa Vancouver. Shots are 5-4. It's still 0-0. It is a very spirited game. Vancouver is not laying down. They are giving Ottawa what they can, and Lincoln has done a very good job.
There's a good pace to this game. Ottawa seems very quick. Vancouver also seems very quick. Both teams just have pretty decent pace in this game.
Yeah. They're both playing a zone defense. I'm noticing that, and that's creating some of this quickness that you're seeing. The zone defense allows space. That's the Ottawa hockey right there. Ottawa takes a shot, and Lankinen with the save, and Stützle, a great player in his own right, is kind of feisty for I don't know how big Stützle is. I think he's on the smaller side. I don't think he's too extremely small, but Stützle's a guy that does not back down from being a pest. That's for sure. Yeah. So Dave says, lots of laugh. Watching you guys on both and watching the Mammoths and Hawks in Ottawa, Vancouver on split screen. Yes, I'm dizzy.
Yeah, I actually need to tune into. I was thinking about that one, but I was like, this one was on the time that we were starting. I knew the Blackhawks in a little bit, so I might switch back over, and swap evenly, just because we're not play by playing this or anything like that. But
no, we're just having fun. We're talking and just kind of got the game on and talking about it as it goes on. Sharon Spinks, Aaron Nails, John Jeffries, thank you for putting some love on Facebook. Don't forget, if you're watching on Facebook or TikTok, give us some likes, give us some send us man, I keep thinking, what's it called on
stars?
Give us some stars, give us some hearts, give us some diamonds on TikTok. All that stuff helps. If you can afford it and you like what we do, help us out. We'd appreciate it. We both appreciate it very much. Help us put the show on. Help us produce the show. It's not easy to produce, and we do the best job we can. Right? I think I got it right so far. I think we're doing okay so far. Right?
Here we go. Vancouver blocking shots right now. Vancouver is going to struggle, though, late. Shot 7-4 for Ottawa. They're going to struggle late in this game because eventually the turnovers that Vancouver's having in the D zone is going to cost them.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a young team. This team is going to be on a rebuild. They need to be Vancouver's a team that is kind of in a sea of nothingness. They got the two great acquisitions, I thought, for Quinn Hughes. Zeev Bulliam and Marco Rossi from Minnesota. So hopefully they can be good pieces for Vancouver. Bulliam should be very good. Bulliam should pan out for them quite nicely.
Right. Hey, Trent, Grant Elder, Terry McCall, thank you for joining the TikTok. Say hi if you want to. Well, I kind of moved that had the separate chat box. I kind of moved it over to where it's more like in front of me, so I can kind of see it a little bit more. But a lot of it says join, but then I don't see him in the like where fan side. I see in the chat box, in the actual watching box. So some of these, I think they're like as they're scrolling, it just shows they're joined, but they're not actually like clicking on it. So we'll just kind of
they show your. Like the followers, so like who you follow, like if your followers join, they'll show them in the watch box.
Okay. So that's only our followers. I didn't know that.
Like the people, the people that join, like Dave, who's in there, like it'll show Dave's profile picture and show that he's watching. That'll only do that for your followers.
Yep.
So.
Victor, I love my girls join. Joe join. Thank you. Steve join. Keep joining, man. Keep following us. Keep watching us.
We are watching for anyone who is on the TikTok, we are watching the Vancouver Ottawa game right now. We're kind of just talking Blues hockey in general and random topics.
If you got something you want to talk about, put it out there, man. Put it out there. Give us a topic. What we haven't talked about yet while we're at a commercial break, the Blues announced something today that I think is huge. The Steins are coming home. The boys are back. The kids are coming home, right? The kids were late for dinner. Steinberg and Lindstein have been recalled. And, I felt like the training wheels were off. And this recall, solidifies that to me. Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, I mean, the Blues are definitely giving a chance to their young guys. It's panning out so far. The Blues are on a 4-game win streak. Like I said, it's going to be a crazy thing to watch because we talked about the teams ahead of the Blues. We have a lot of teams ahead of the St. Louis Blues, and they need to really go on a run to have any lick of a shot at a playoff spot. But if you look at the schedule, which I have not looked at in depth, but if you look at it, the Blues have 2 more meetings, I believe, against San Jose. They have 1 more meeting against the Anaheim Ducks. Those 2 teams are ahead of the St. Louis Blues. You win those games, you're taking points away from them if you can not give them any points. I outside of that, I don't know the schedule all too well. I'd have to look at it. But there's teams in there that are ahead of the St. Louis Blues, I'm sure, like I just mentioned, the Ducks and the Sharks. Yeah. If you can beat them and not give them any points, you should be A-okay. You just got to focus on yourself.
Yeah, no, look. The number 1 overall draft pick is nice if you get it, but there's no guarantee you get it. And there's no guarantee that you're going to get that player. You're going to get that guy. Because right now, there's 3 guys that are in that draft. It's Stenberg, younger Stenberg. It's McKenna, and there's one other guy. I can't think of the third guy.
Yeah, it's a defense. There is a defenseman in the league. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I think he might have went a little higher up, but it is a deeper draft. Obviously, outside of the top picks, I'm not very familiar with the guys, but the draft is deep. It is deep compared to what we're supposed to be expecting in 2027.
So it's funny with these drafts. They always start up, hey, Virginia, how are you doing? They always start off kind of low, like they're not deep, and then the closer you get to the draft, the later in the season, the draft's deep, the draft's deep. So I don't know if it's deep or not, but it's what's important is your scouting department. That's what it comes down to. How well is your scouting department? How well does your scouting department see players in the range that you're going to be able to draft? And with the Blues and those late picks, I think they draft really good. Stenberg is the guy we got in the wheelhouse, and then Lindstein, who's coming up, is the guy we got just out of the wheelhouse, a later pick, a 29th overall pick. I want to see what Lindstein is. Is he that? He's a defenseman. Is he the guy that we think he's going to be? Is he going to come in and be that guy? And he's going to, he's young. Can he play some minutes? Can he show us? Can he shoot? Can he lock down? What is he? Let's find out. Kessel and Tucker are both serviceable, but they're the same player, right? One of them is expendable in my mind. No, and I say expendable meaning, I think they could go back down or get traded somewhere to someone who would need that type of player. But it's not that I don't like either one of them. I like them both. Oh, wow. What a play. What a defensive play there.
Stenberg is going to be fun. Otto Stenberg. Lindstein is going to be interesting. Lindstein, I'll be honest, he didn't have the best camp, the best preseason for the St. Louis Blues. He's still young, obviously. It's going to take a minute. He was we drafted him in the first round. We talked about it all the time. Defensemen do take longer, but hopefully he can flourish into something that the Blues need, because I do think a guy like Adam Yurchek is going to pan out for the Blues. From what I just saw in this small sample size, Adam Yurchek was outstanding for the Blues in the in training camp and preseason. He came in and he fit like a glove. So I think that you may be looking at a situation that I would not be all surprised if Adam Yurchek leaps over Lindstein. If Lindstein does not, if I don't see some of that development growth that you expect.
I could see that too. It's quite possible. It's just seeing what happens, right? Seeing what things go. But we said this for a while. The future is bright. Oh man, Schulte's pissed. But nothing wrong happened there. Oh yeah.
Stutzel's a feisty guy. But yeah, I mean, for me, and I'm looking at it, and I'm not saying that you give up on Lindstein early, but like I said, you're hoping that Lindstein can come in and actually be productive for this team. But if not, he's a guy that you can also leverage as a trading chip elsewhere if you need. Because there's people that need defensemen. Everybody knows that defensemen do develop, at least GMs and stuff know that they develop longer. And I'm not saying that you should give up on him immediately, but you'd like to see some growth because he is a first-round pick.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. It's going to be interesting. And tomorrow night we take on the Islanders. We're going to have a special guest. Dave, FanSense72, is going to join us during our show. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's an Islanders fan. I talked to him today on TikTok. We look forward to having him on tomorrow. It's going to be an emotional game. It's going to be an emotional game for us. It's going to be an emotional game for the Islanders with Drury, but I guess Drury's probably not his you know, he may not, and they're more happy that he's gone than we are that Shin's gone. But I'm starting to think that Shin being gone is a good thing. I really am. I don't want to say that he was the locker room captain, but my goodness, this team is playing different. Oh, my game, this team is playing different. The game is a little bit earlier. It is 6:30. It is 6:30 Central Daylight Time. Right? It is 6:30 Central Daylight Time. And it is on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
Say again?
No. I was letting you finish your thought. I was gonna go into something, but you were finishing your thoughts. So I'll let you finish.
Yeah. 2 games now. I'm not sure what you mean that by Fran sense, Dave. He's saying I don't know what he means there.
He probably means that it's only a small sample size. What we've seen from the Blues is a small sample size. Yeah. So obviously, I'm not going to jump the gun so soon. But the Blues have played good hockey since coming out of the. I mean, they're what? They're 4-1. That's coming out of the Olympic break. So they played good. For the most part. Hopefully they can keep it up. Like I said, adding Stenberg and Linsting, it'll be interesting. It creates more young, hungry stuff. And as for the Braden Shin stuff, I think it's just the permanent changing of the young guard into the, from the old guard, for me.
Fan says Druin gets a Hattie bank on it. Hefner says 4-0 in March. I'll take it. We've only had 1 hat trick all year, right? We only had 1 hat trick all year. I think we were the last team to have a player get a hat trick. I don't know that for sure, but I think so. It came really, really late. Right? So, no, man, this is nice. I like seeing some things where so far we've had 50 people come in and look at us for at least a moment. On TikTok, that's great. We haven't gained any viewers, but any followers, but we'll keep trying. We'll keep doing our thing. I am going to try and set this up for tomorrow, the TikTok for tomorrow. I'm going to try and figure out how to do this, the event, set up the event so it's connected to the live studio, right? So that's what plays. Right. So if I can do that, if I can get that set up, we'll do that and go from there. I'll try and do that when we're done. I say we go up until when the second period starts and then we'll call it. I just wanted to come on. I was bored today. I figured it'd be fun just to come on and do a little bit of a show, talk some, right? Had nothing else to do. And I can try and start doing TikToks from our channel during the daytime. Like while you're at work, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're gonna do, yeah, I mean that works for me. I mean,
right? I mean, it just gives me something to do during the day since I'm kind of in limbo with something else. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just having some fun, man. Talking some hockey, meeting new people. You've done an incredible job. An incredible job getting out there and connecting with these guys better than I have. And you've got these guys like, I mean, Dave, immediately when I come on, like, hi, guy. I'm like, huh? That threw me for a loop, but I appreciate it. And that's you. That is you, bud.
Yeah.
That's you. And all I can say is thank you. Right? We'll keep doing what we do on our show. And I got fans says always fun to get on lives. Keep it up. Consistent content is the key. And again, I struggled with TikTok, and maybe we can kind of get our TikTok going a little better. I wish that I could have it set up to where I could use the RTMP and do it that way. But I think doing it the way I'm doing it. So, fan, I told you how I'm doing it, right? Dave, I told you that I'm doing this where I've linked in the YouTube. What do you think of that? How do you think about that? So I linked in the YouTube's portrait view, and I could link in the landscape view too. So what do you think about me doing? How is that showing up on TikTok since you're watching on both? Is that what I'm showing on TikTok? Is that too much? And I got to change our back. I think, no, I don't know. Is that the new one? Yeah, it might be the new one. I think it is. Yeah, it is our new one. If I bring that down a little bit, you can see that is our new one. Yeah. Watching on both and the format is good. Okay, thank you. Right. So I'm doing something right here. Try and do some. We'll try and set this up. I'll try and figure out. So if one of you guys out there knows how to do the live events, how to set up a live event and connect it through the studio, let me know. Because I want to do that, and we'll kind of go from there. Justin, any last words?
No, not that I was thinking of. I was actually going to the St. Louis Facebook page again because I was actually curious about the updated comments.
Yeah, you want to read some of them? We got some time. Read some of them.
What do you want me to read? Do you want me to read the Colton Parayko or some of the Colton Parayko? Because there's like 420 comments that I can read. So
well, read what you want to read. I'm gonna leave this to you. Oh, you know what I didn't do yesterday? I forgot to do it. I may make sure I do it tonight. F you. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was okay, but like I said, but then again, it might fall in the pact of we making fun of people. So I don't know who brought that up, but
I mean, but when it comes to tankers, if you're upset that I'm upset at a tanker, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna read some comments from Facebook St. Louis Blues account with the interview with Colton Parayko after being outspoken about the situation with Buffalo and everything like that. The first comment is effing play with some heart then. Damn, he's soft. Can't stand him. Okay? That was your first comment. So, as a Sabres fan, I'm so glad he squashed the trade. Sabres actually dodged a bullet there. Yeah, they dodged a bullet, but they wanted him. So, you can't say that they didn't want him. So, yeah. Can't be mad, mad. Now take the St. Louis pride into the locker room and onto the ice. Action behind the words.
I'm trying. Which post are you doing on Facebook? I want to bring that post up.
The St. Louis Blues account, and it's the Colton Parayko one. You're gonna have to scroll down because there's like 420 comments.
Colton Parayko said he's glad. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one with him doing the interview.
Oh, I know Tim Caber too.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I see it. I'm with it now.
Let's see. Lower back injury from carrying the weight of of the team on his shoulders. That's why you can't. You get to play with it with an illegal stick to everyone else, but you cool. Okay. I don't really understand that one, but okay. Notice he didn't say anything about love of winning. Okay. They wanted you gone though. Okay, so that's referring to the Blues wanted him gone, which I don't thoroughly believe. It's a business. Anybody who gets traded in the NHL got to know it's a business. I think Colton Parayko knows it's a business.
Yeah.
The fans love you, but we know you have more in you, big dog. Which I think we can agree on. That one I don't mind.
That's a good comment. That's a good comment.
Next one, 6'6" Marshmallow. 1 goal equals $6.5 million. Shake my head, and then there's a Marshmallow Pillsbury Doughboy gif. So,
I'm trying to see where you're at. You might be a little bit further down. Okay, I found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one. So, someone said, "So glad that you squashed the trade. Must be awkward knowing your team didn't want you anymore. Hey, you're making it work."
I disagree with that. It's not that the team doesn't want you anymore. And here, if you read the article that Armstrong put out, he absolutely said, and you know the article that the Athletic put out, Armstrong and Parayko said, look, Armstrong said, in the position we're in, we got to listen. It's not that we don't want you. We just need to know if someone comes with something that we're acceptable with, what are you acceptable at taking? Right?
Yeah.
That's not that that they don't want you. And I think that that's a misnomer, that a trade means they don't want you. Right? It's something, and a lot of times it's the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's the exact opposit.
Someone said, "I'd be completely fine if Parayko finished out his playing days in St. Louis." Okay.
I think that's going to happen. I absolutely think that's going to happen.
Next one was he's leading the league in block shots, which that's what you pay Colton Parayko for. A Buffalo fan said loser because he rejected the trade to Buffalo.
Yeah. And
someone said, he has a ring. How about Buffalo? Any cups? Oh, wait. So
yeah, well, you got to remember, Blues fans, we were part of that joke for a really, really long time, right?
Yeah.
Fan says some guys who have NTCs and leave are the ones who want to leave. Parayko doesn't want to leave you, and that's the important thing, right? I don't have a problem with him. Then he goes, you want that in the locker room. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. What did you order? What did you order? If you ordered what I think you ordered, I'm crawling through this screen.
I ordered the same thing that I got when I was with you. Or that we got.
You ordered a roast beef, double cheese, extra seasoning.
I didn't do the extra seasoning. I don't do the extra seasoning. I don't remember that. I don't, as far as I remember. But yeah, no, I got the same thing that I got when you were here. So.
Hi, Lucas. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining, buddy. He's on TikTok. Thank you for joining TikTok, man. We got 56 on TikTok. I wanted
Lucas.
100, but maybe we'll get it later. You know Lucas, I take it.
Yeah, well, no, Lucas was kind enough to give us some few gifts on TikTok, so I appreciate that, Lucas.
Thank you, Lucas. We appreciated that, man. Keep it up. Thank you so much. We appreciated that. Fansen says, "Damn, now I'm hungry." You don't know how hungry I am for what he did, man. So
yeah, he's a big Lions choice guy.
When I was a kid, when I was young, I worked there at the one in Bridgeton, right? Mm-hmm. Did I take you to Lion's Choice for the first time? Or was that the first time you had it with me?
No, I've had it before.
Okay. But I mean, I love that stuff. And when I'm home every time, I will say the new owners piss me off because they've made some changes that I don't like at all. I told you that when we were there. I told you it tastes different. The customer service is worse. The manager, the guy gave me the wrong thing, and the manager just stood there and looked at it. And I just didn't want to get upset because if I was by myself, I probably would have blown up.
Mm-hmm.
But you were there, so I didn't want to let the sailor out while you were there.
Yeah.
So important to me.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I knew I was when I showed it to you. I knew you knew exactly what it was. I know we were wrapping this up. I guess I'll just read a couple more, and then we'll kind of call it quits.
We're good.
This one says 55. Send him to the minors, which that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I agree.
Why play where you're not wanted? Again, that's another thing of it's not just because you trade someone doesn't mean you don't want that person.
Yeah, I that's what I just said. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, well, you have to. Well, what people don't understand it, like when you have the no trade clause, you have the GM and stuff have to go through the right channels to make that trade possible. They
Yeah.
can't just make the trade, so you have to go through the channels. So you can blame Armstrong all you want for giving those out, and yeah, he does have a problem handing those out. But like I said, this isn't a thing that just happened 6 months ago. He's had this no trade clause for 4 years now. So, let's see. Someone said seems to be a lot of winning without him. Just saying, which I will say it is good to see that the Blues are winning games without Colton Parayko because it shows that he could play a lesser role and maybe that may help him not be on the injuries situation, which he's not very much as much as he's had back problems. This is the first time I think that he's been pretty much out for a consistent stretch here. But he could play a lesser role, like we talked about, like Mayu possibly getting some more minutes, which he's been good. So
Thank you for
good.
the heart, Lucas. We appreciate it. Thoughts on the cap going away on the cap? Oh, Lucas says thoughts on on cap going away from the team. I'll let Justin handle this before we go away. Justin, you want to handle that one because I know people may not like my thought.
Braden Shin for me. Do I think Braden Shin was a good captain? Yes, I do. I think that Braden Shin got a lot of undeserved hate. But his production was falling. He's on the back nine of his career. He wants to play playoff hockey. Seeing him, be okay being moved, it isn't surprising to me because of that fact. But I'm going to go with, because I know where Guy's going, so I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to let him bring that up. But for me, trading Shin, trading Falk, although I love those guys, I think that it's solidified to the young guys especially that this is now their team. This is not Braden Shin's team anymore. This is not Justin Falk's team anymore. This is the changing of the new guard, and this is a permanent changing of the new guard. So for Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou and the core surrounding them.
I could not have said that better. You can watch this team the last two games and sit there and say it's the same team. That they're playing differently, they're playing stronger, they're playing freer. I don't even know if freer is a word. But they are playing as if there's nothing holding them back. There's not a parachute on their back. I'm wondering if some of these older guys were a parachute on the back. And right now, you have Parayko out, you have Shen out, you have Falk out. That's 3 30-year-olds out. Now, you brought a 30-year-old in, but still, he's getting a new team bump. Let's see if that's what we're going to see. So I'm okay with this. I really am okay with this. I want to see it continue on because, next year could be our year. Could absolutely 1,000% be our year.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would not be surprised if this team comes in and is competitive next season. Just somehow they take the bull by the horns and somehow they change the trajectory of the past few seasons of starting slow and they actually start strong next season. I would not be surprised. The young guys feel like they're freer out there. I feel when you watch a young team, when you watch San Jose, when you watch in Anaheim, not exactly Anaheim last night, but when you watch young teams like that, you feel the energy, you feel the young guys playing without a care in the world. They just play free, like you said.
Yeah.
They kind of lift the training wheels off, like you say a lot, and I think that they do. What's the word that I'm looking for? Young guys are hungry. You can see the hunger when young guys play good.
Yep, I'm seeing it. Well, Justin, we're going to call this. We're a little over an hour. It's probably what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do the whole game. Just wanted to do a little bit. I mean, they're into the second period and shots are 8-4, and it's still nothing. Vancouver's not giving up, just like the Blues aren't giving up, and that's what makes hockey fun. I want to thank you so much for doing this tonight. I want to thank everybody who joined us on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. I want to say a big thank you to John Hector, John Jeffries, Aaron Nels, and Sharon Spinks for putting some love on Facebook. We appreciate you. This was the last minute thing, so wasn't expecting a lot of viewers. That's okay. We got you. You're here. We love you. And Justin, I got a question for you. How do we end this show?
Think we got to ask the girls. Where are the girls at?
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
So I need to know, Justin, are you ready for the question? Are you ready for the question? Justin, are you ready for the question?
I'm ready for the question.
Who's late for dinner?
Well, Guy, I know you'd be pissed about it, but the boys are late for dinner. Where are the boys at?
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, for my co-host, Justin Eagle Eye Scott. We are the Blue Note Today Hockey Fan Report. We are here for you. We like talking about hockey. We like talking about blues. And we like hearing your comments. So just got to remember, I am always bleeding blue with you.
And as always, let's go Blues.
This is Guy and Justin saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the BlueNote Fan Report with special guest Dave, also known as Fan1072 on TikTok, joining us as the captain, Braden Shen, comes back home to say hello to his wife and give her a peck on the cheek before he's out the door. Let's enjoy it. See you tomorrow night.